Now who is this again?
This is Alaska Family Services that you called this morning.
Yes. So here's the thing. I don't really think that I've been hurt because I asked you if it was an organization. If you don't repeat the name, because I keep inventory of my calls. Yeah,
Um,
if I mean this has been
so
a pattern that
actually it is
I'm not able to speak,
because I.
ma'am. I'm not able to speak.
Okay. If you're not able to speak, like I said, this is
No, I'm
Alaska
now.
Family
You're not letting me
Services.
speak. I'm questioning. Are you going to let me speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I have experienced this for an exceptional amount of time, and I told you all domestic violence organizations conspire with crimes and deprive me of assistance. And I asked you, are they this organization is supposed to help you flee government enlisted abuse?
So that is what I got clarification on. It is not for government. It is for domestic partnership or like strangulations of a stranger,
Yeah,
sexual
that's what I
assault.
communicated with you earlier, but I've places have had me wait a long time, and then they always want me to go to places that have taken my freedom, and or different things like that, like someone's telling them what to do. Because I find it very ironic that you made me wait all this time and other parties have hung up to cover for
Ma'am,
crimes.
I've been here by myself at our domestic violence sexual assault
I just get
shelter,
treated like this,
working with
ma'am, all the
clients.
time. I get mistreated everywhere I'm at for trying to flee for some reason. You've
So
heard
what
the,
we can help you safety plan from your abuser that you had a domestic partnership with. We can help you safety plan with that.
but I just so as for nobody will help me combat the police department. And then my phone keeps
So
my new
I
device that I just bought keeps glitching, so I'm just gonna take it back. They won't do law enforcement, and the provider just leaves me in it. Anytime he wants to cover from crimes, he messes up the sound in my devices, trapping me in it. So I'm just gonna take it back. I can't get law enforcement. I've only had it a couple of days. I'm just trying to let you know what I go through, ma'am, and the YouTubers.
so you had asked if we could help you safety plan, and I was getting
But you only gave me a
clarification.
domestic violence organization that's currently denying me services, and I've already
Well,
communicated with that
ma'am,
this morning.
you did not give me a name of an agency, and so I am not in Texas and specifically Victoria, Texas, and so I am in Alaska, and I did some research, and there's
I don't
only
recall
one.
telling you that. I thought that I told you I was in Texas, but all these scammers want to put my identity out there. I am
You
relocating.
did. You did tell me to look in Victoria, Texas, so that's what I did, ma'am.
No, I
And
don't
there's
recall
one.
saying that, but a lot of people are psychic. This is strange. I told you I lived in Texas.
And I
And
asked you what specific area, and you
I
told
think
me
that
Victoria.
a lot of people know things that they shouldn't know, ma'am. I told you Texas because I didn't want my identity out there for all the way in Alaska. I
Well,
did.
that is the information that you provided me, ma'am. I have
Okay,
researched.
well, what's curious, a lot of people want people to know my locations. That's why I don't feel safe. But nonetheless, I told you that I'm at a location where I am not getting assistance. And I was wanting for help to flee the police department.
So my suggestion to you was to contact law enforcement, but you said they are part of the abuse, and we don't want to further
Yeah,
traumatize
how
you.
long was that? Like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours? For you to
I'm sorry.
direct me to a domestic violence organization, and I told them all of them were denying, told you all of them were denying assistance. But I've had to endure this a decade. Like I go locations and they make me wait, play games, and then give me two or three locations that have violated me. Out of all the locations, all the possibility. It's just amazing that they already knew what locations that had violated me and were bought off and controlled.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't have resources for you at this time. Okay.
You have to go, ma'am? What about the
Yes, I
safety
do. Thank
planning? This
you.
is a pattern. Ma'am?
Thank you.
Why are you going, ma'am? This is what he does when he's upset. I know you didn't believe me. Dangle services and then have them just a
Because
taunt.
you're not taking the suggestions that I'm giving you, ma'am, and I
You're
don't have the
gaslighting me,
resources
ma'am. I'm talking
available
to
to
the
help you.
YouTubers so they can know what's going on. And then my
I
phone's
do
covering
not
for
have the
crimes too,
resources to help you.
making problems with the sound. It's been happening years, and I know people didn't believe me on this brand new device. So I'm
So
going to tell
I
them I
told
want to
you that
take
I
it
would be
back.
more than happy to safety plan you with you in terms of your domestic partner and the abuse that you've
But you're
experienced.
biased. You're wanting to hang up to cover for crimes, so how much it's not
I'm not
authentic.
covering any crimes, ma'am.
All the way in Alaska. But I've had them do this years, 10 years almost. So what kind of safety plan you put me on hold to give me the organization that's already violated me?
I did not know the name of the organization that you have dealt with, and so I just did some research. I am not in Texas, and the only thing that I was able to find was one center in the location that you gave me, ma'am. If you would like that number, I'd be more than happy to give it to you. Other than
I
that,
just
I do
not
not
being
have
heard. I'm not really getting a lot accomplished because all the places that I have, contact me are low key covering for crimes, and they just leaving me trapped in chaos. And when my abuser's mad, he has people call, dangle help that he is controlling
I
that I
gave
never
you an
see.
organization by the name of Angel Flight. Were you able to maybe
But if you're
contact
already
them?
compromised,
Because
I
think
would
you
go
have
out. I
to
go
have a
to
referral
Alaska
if
to
they
get
fly from
violated.
Texas, because they work with relocating,
And I'm already
they
getting
can relocate
psychological
to
abuse,
Alaska
and
if
I haven't
they
even got
flew out of
there.
Texas. But you have to have a referral from the domestic violence organization in your community.
Right. So if I commute and go all the way to Alaska, and I'm already being mistreated, and I haven't got there, I haven't been heard that I'm trying to flee government enlisted
Hello?
abuse. I haven't been heard that I'm trying to flee government. Are you there? The call muted on its own, and then she pretended like she couldn't hear me and hung up, so she wouldn't have to do the safety plan. I know you didn't believe me before. Remember, the con was they pretended like they couldn't hear me when it wasn't muted. So then they controlled my phone and muted it on its own. But she hung up too quick. I immediately unmuted it, and then she hung up. But this is how you know that second by second, everything is being controlled.
Alaska Family Services, how can I help you?
Yes, I got a call from a representative, and she misunderstood. All locations I've ever been to wanted to cover for crimes that the government was committing, police officers enforcing that I stay in abuse and hacking my device, and out listing an army full of other conspirators. So every place I go to pretends like there's no way you can escape government enlisted abuse, like it's impossible. And so some kind of way they're racking up felonies and not following policies and protocols
Right, ma'am,
and
I just
blatantly
spoke
lying.
with you, and I have told you the resources we have available.
You hung up.
They're not
You said you would do the safety plan, and my phone glitched and muted on its own, and then you immediately hung up when I unmuted it almost instantaneously. Immediately, you said hello, and I unmuted it immediately and spoke, and then you immediately quickly hung up. But this has happened years when people were pretending like they couldn't hear me when it wasn't even muted.
Well, I said hello several different times.
I didn't
Would you
hear
like
it.
the safety plan?
Would it be a safety plan to help me with government corruption and abuse?
No, it would be a safety plan to help you with a domestic partnership of domestic violence that you told me you have ignored. In terms of the government abuse, I do not have the resources here.
And with all that time, you didn't think of maybe the FBI? You, as an advocate, you couldn't call around and find out
I
as an
cannot
advocate?
because of confidentiality. I cannot make calls because you're over the age of 18. I'm assuming that I cannot call on your behalf without what we call a release of information, ma'am. And
I just think that something's mysterious, ma'am. I don't believe that nobody could help anyone that's fleeing government enlisted abuse. I think it's just me. Because there's a kind of way that you can do restraining orders with police, and then some people got caught in that, and then they wouldn't tell me anything more about it.
Right, but our local law enforcement.
You said right, so you're aware about it?
No jurisdiction in Texas. You are correct. You can.
Did you tell me about that? Nobody else would. I had to find that out the hard way with someone accidentally letting it slip. They won't pursue it here or any other location I'm at, and it's complicated when the police department is enforcing your abuse. Ma'am, it's fruitless.
So what would you like Alaska's law enforcement to do for you, ma'am?
First off, I thought that there was a responsibility to be supportive and loving on these abusive hotlines, and in person. And I thought people aren't following policy. I thought that when a woman was fleeing abuse, that it was vital for her to get compassion, love, and support. Where's mine?
I'm sorry that you've been mistreated. That is unfortunate. This is the second, well, now third conversation that I've had with you.
And what are the resources? You gave me one resource for a place that's already violating me, and you made me wait certain amount of several hours for that. But this has been a pattern that people want to give me other locations. They have me wait and then print me out some weird paperwork like someone told them to do it with places that have already violated me that are paid off and bought off in full.
Would you like my help?
I just don't understand why you're condoning me to be treated like that, ma'am.
I don't
And why
condone
when my abuser's
abuse,
mad, he
ma'am,
has
or
people
I wouldn't
mistreat
work
me?
in where I work. I do not condone abuse. I have told you that I was sorry that you were going through what you were going through. You do not deserve that, and I'd be more than happy to safety plan with you. That is the resource I can offer you.
Yeah, that's what they said at the shelter. When I said, "Is there anything that I can combat the abuser?" She wanted to say, do me a resume, the victim's advocate. That is a resource I can offer you. We can work on your resume. If I keep getting treated like that, I mean, what? When is he going to get accountability? So I think it's fruitless, ma'am. I just wanted my YouTubers to see what I go through. I don't even know what's going on with YouTubers because all the people in the comments are coming for crimes on that too. I don't even know
I'm
if
not.
it's real.
I'm not sure, ma'am. To be honest,
Well,
like
you
I
can look
said,
at it. You can look at it, ma'am. It's
Alaska.
Kiana. Let me give it to you. It's Kiana, Keyaana, Clark, Clark, Peace, Peace.
Okay.
Pass it on, ma'am, because no woman should have to endure abuse.
And you are correct. Nobody should have to endure abuse. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that Alaska law enforcement has no jurisdiction
But
in
you could have said
Texas.
that I could have used went to Dallas or
No,
Texas, a
I have
location
no,
in that
never.
area, and I could have tried to apply for protection orders against the police department. But I tried to
You
pay
have
for
that
my.
right.
I'm
You
not
have
able to
that
speak,
right. And if
ma'am.
that is
I'm not
being
able to speak.
violated, that
I'm not able to speak. So and I went to a law firm and tried to pay for my own attorney to do it, and she wouldn't tell me. She put me on hold for a minute and then said I had to leave and I had to go get another attorney that would never answer my call. So I think the police department was monitoring my phone, called the law firm, and told them not to help me. But why would someone deny me legal representation that I'm trying to pay repeatedly over and over?
I can't answer for other people. Like I said, I am sorry. I don't know what else that that you're looking for.
I just don't
I
understand
don't
why you had me wait all that time and all these games are played for all these
because I
years.
tried to
Why you
explain that
forwarded
I'm
me
an
to a
advocate at a
location that I'm
shelter
already getting violated
and I
at
was working
out
by
of all the
myself.
places on the planet. Why does this keep happening?
I
Okay, ma'am.
apologize for the wait time. I told you that. I apologize.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye. You don't get anywhere when it's Steph. Yes, I called an extended amount of time ago, and someone was supposed to be calling me back, and it never happened.
Let me see. Call you.
I'm sorry?
Totally open call. It looks like our office attempted to call you and we're not able to get through. Come to the call and have an officer give you a call when it's available.
How? I have my phone's been right here.
Whenever the officer calls you, it might be blocked private information.
No, it's not. But why would you not deny law enforcement for my phone being hacked if he couldn't get through either? Now it's glitching, and the phones, my tablet glitches, my phone is glitching and malfunctioning. I just don't know how many patterns equaling the rest. So now what? My phone's been right here. You are denying law enforcement. It has not ring. I have no missed calls, no voicemails.
Would you like an officer to give you a call?
What's your name?
Officer 8570.
Yes, please.
Would you like an officer to give you a call?
Yeah. What do I do if you guys are covering for some you're not able to get through either, and have evidence my phone is being hacked but won't take it?
I'm not too sure, ma'am. This is just a dispatch center. We create the calls and the officers call you when they're available.
Okay, and you're making sure you have in the notes that I don't want humans calling me again.
If you can just keep an eye for that, they'll call you as soon as they're available.
Are you aware that I don't want image calling me again?
Sure. I'll add that to your call.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye. As you can see, they have a sense of humor. They love mind games.
Take care of that on your own by
I have to come all the way out, leave property to record
quality purposes, and
for
we'd
these
like to know
games.
what you think about your experience. After you talk to the
Yes, it's amazing how I keep on getting these familiar sounding voices. Do you have an employee ID?
Yes, ma'am. I have my employee ID.
Okay, what is it?
One moment. Let me get it this one. My employee 90414.
Okay. I spoke with Marty a couple days ago, and he said technical support will be coming out, and I wanted to return my tablet because it keeps glitching and it's new. And I'm being denied law enforcement for my abuser hacking my phone, and you guys won't protect me over regarding that either. So I don't see it's fruitless to try to have the tablet covering for crimes and glitching when I say certain things. So as far as the complaint with Marty, I have the technical ticket number. Can you explain why no one has called me in almost a decade with all my providers and maybe like 4 or 5 years with Metro after making numerous reports?
We do apologize for that one. Yes, may I know, may I have the ticket number?
It is 88113129.
Ticket.
You have the ticket number. Do you see it?
One moment.
Just not quite certain what the
Here on
purpose of a
my
ticket
hand.
number is if you can't see anything regarding it.
I do apologize, ma'am. Let me go ahead and check this one
Okay.
real quick. Stay on the line.
Games. Like a child.
One moment, my system is loading up here.
Your system's loading up. You forgot to tell me that when you took the number. Typically, when you take a number, you can put it in the system.
Yes, ma'am. And once I put this one, my system is still loading up.
Sure. So I wasn't in there bothering anybody. I was just in the room trying to just relax, and it's just the strangest experience. And then these mind games all over the place. So then I'm calling here, then hold, and then she's gonna give me to the same out of all places on the planet. I don't recall telling her my location. But anyway, she claims that that's the only location that she can give me, the one that I'm being violated, that I waited all day for. She has nobody on the planet has no earthly idea how to get the police department felonies they chose to rack up. No one knows. The FBI don't know. No one knows. But some kind of way at all these churches, they withhold attorneys that they have that are members. All kind of assistance, a lot of food pantries, any kind of help you could possibly get, bus passes, the hugs at some locations. It's just not adding up. If you have integrity and you know a woman's fleeing abuse and is going through an issue, and you have attorneys that go to church there, you'd allow that person to talk to the attorney and get some direction. But no, a lot of places are rude and withhold it. And then they want to play mind games, have me wait till I cry to them, tell them my life is in jeopardy, please help. And they each for a whole month they forgot. And I have to sit in these environments, and I just kept changing churches and trying to look for someone saved. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I just didn't understand. I'm still on hope, years of this. But if you know that my life is in jeopardy, and someone is saying they're going to kill me, how did you forget? You forgot that?
Absolutely.
So nonetheless, they forget multiple different churches. I'm sorry. Tell me what happened again. This is psychological abuse. This is what my abuser likes. Just like here, sitting on the phone here. That's what he's paying for. So then they forget for 3 months. Then want me to repeat it again. To forget again. And then get the police when I record their abuse. Nonetheless, this is why you get upset, and it's deliberate. It's supposed to make you upset. Okay, ma'am, did you find it yet? It must be nice. It's
Absolutely,
time.
ma'am. I'm here. I'm
The
listening.
same pattern. Just call. I'm listening. It looks like you got peace. I'm going to have them call and play mind games. Someone scratched up. I know people don't believe me, but my new tablet, someone scratched up. He knew I was going to try to take it back, and someone came in there and scratched up. These are the things I don't need to be talking about. But if you look at the other videos, at the other shelter, someone scratched up my phones. I'm meticulous. Then before that, the police scratched up a new phone. Why would I lie? Someone is scratching up my new devices in malice because I'm funny about my property, my items. They knew that they were going to hack my phone, my new tablet that I just got, and probably want to take it back, so they scratched it.
But you still have the pamphlet with you, ma'am.
I'm not quite certain of what's happening, ma'am. Can you explain to me what's happening?
Right now, ma'am, because since my computer is still loading, I'm checking this one. I realized this when my supervisors check the ticket to get the what is the status of this ticket case that you have. Okay, but I just want to verify, ma'am, the ticket case is all about for your tablet that having a glitching. Is that right?
Right. Should I do a factory reset? But my abuser just keeps breaking into it. I don't know if you guys are giving me SIMs that the police department is controlling so they can hack the network. If the police department is telling you to give me these SIMs that they know is hacked or controlled in malice, and then therefore sabotaging the ability to change it, because it seems like it's an inside job. I think that the providers are giving me instructed by the police department these already compromised SIM cards, which makes them conspirators to these felonies. Even if the police department, it has to be a level of common sense. If the police department is telling you to commit a felony crime, you should, even if it's the police department, you should have enough sense to not do it. If you're a church and the police department demands that you let someone be assaulted at church, you should have enough common sense that something's wrong with that. If someone arrested is getting threatened at church for trying to flee abuse, and you're a pastor, you should have alarms going off that something's amiss with that.
Oh, absolutely, ma'am.
But I just don't understand why I have to keep on going through this. What is happening on this call?
Have you tried visiting our store, ma'am, for this one, for this concern?
I just don't understand if you have a technical ticket, why you're refusing to tell me what's going on with it and why I've had to endure this years. Why is everyone's customer service so horrible to not get charges? If you guys are racking up, you just got to see it to believe it. So you refuse to tell me what's going on with the ticket like the other parties have done? This is what he does when he's
I'm
mad.
still working with my supervisor to check the status of this ticket right now.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So you got the ticket information and your supervisor has to check it so I can be on hold another hour?
No, ma'am.
I'm
It's
just
only
not
take an
understanding
hour.
why for all
Just
these
like
years the supervisors now have to go, you go over something and then the supervisor has to take over in a whole bunch of different environments to do nothing. So I have a ticket. Is the ticket missing? Marty, the supervisor, didn't put the ticket in there properly when when my tablet stopped recording.
did I tell you, ma'am, the ticket that the provider? It seems to be one moment, ma'am. I cannot disclose any information because I not have the result yet.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on. So I've been on the line 13 minutes. Your computer was malfunctioning. You had to wait on it to load. Then I gave you the number. Now what is your excuse?
I don't have yet, ma'am, the result, so I cannot disclose to you what is the status or what happened. Yeah.
I think that you did this last time. So why are they hiding the results?
sorry, ma'am. Can you repeat that again?
What are the results? Are they hiding it?
No, of course, ma'am.
Well, what happened? I don't know why he likes these mind games. Why he has people do this. And then I try to figure it out, and it's just irrational. Why have someone call someone? And how does he know when I'm relaxed? No, nobody would ever believe my story. Put me out because I wasn't smiling. I was terrified. And then I started getting happier. And when I do, the therapy's interrupted. They start being abusive at churches. Friends start acting weird. Roommates start watching me and trapping me. And then I'm trapped in it. Someone's staring at me and there's nothing I can do. I just don't understand why someone likes this kind of mind games. Then have me wait 3 weeks for an appointment, and then they cancel it. Just strange. And then, like one person, she said that appointment was for Wednesday. And then I said, no, you said it was Thursday. She said, no. She looked at gaslighting. She said, no, I said Wednesday. And then I showed her what she texted me. And then she was like, got caught in a lie. You could see her face. So she's playing mind games because the appointment was Wednesday. She said at 1 and it was 3. I said, no, you said it was tomorrow. No, I told you it was today. I said, well, why didn't you call me? She said, well, the typical procedure is if they don't make it to an appointment, you call them and see what's going on. She didn't do that. But she lied. The appointment was for Thursday, and she tried to pretend it was Wednesday so she'd have an alibi for not giving me the counseling. So we're still sitting on the phone. This is his staff. He said it. Just call, taunt. You make her wait 5 hours, and you give her the same bought off and paid location that's violating her. Tell her that location will help her. Ma'am, if you're denying me assistance, I don't know how to combat this. You're defrauding me out of funds. Even if the police department is telling you to do it, this is fraud. This is a crime.
I do apologize for this one, ma'am. This is not fraud.
I gave you a ticket and you're refusing to give me the status on the ticket, and they've done this years. I've done technical tickets like 4 or 5 years with Metro, and no one has ever called me back. And Marty said when my phone stopped recording that he did a ticket and he was a supervisor, and you're refusing to give me the status on this ticket. It's not normal. It's probably not recording. Can't call the police. Can't tell the domestic violence organization. Churches don't help. This is how he lashes out. Or can I speak with the supervisor, or are you denying that in the scheme?
Yes, ma'am. I can definitely let you talk with the
Just
supervisor.
in my rules. It's about wasting time. Okay. Another hour.
Yes.
Your system's not letting. Are you going to transfer me anytime soon, or what are we waiting on?
Stay on the line, ma'am. I'll be relaying this right now instead to transfer this call.
That's it. They used to be way worse before I started recording. We're just sitting here to talk. Terminations. If customers were really getting treated like this. Like the other one that said that nobody cares about me, a Metro PCS employee in person. They don't care about you. All kind of lawsuits. Just sitting here. Still haven't transferred. No one will ever believe you. All law enforcement denied. FBI denied. Just sitting there. 10 years of this. Terrified in the tent, all locations denying you shelter. I had to get the YouTube channel to show how I was being treated. I just went to jail on the false charges. Then they stopped letting me go to jail, so I can be homeless. I said, go ahead and arrest me. I can't get off the streets. Just sitting here still haven't transferred me. So it gets to severe when he knows the police department's bought off and paid in full. He's arrogant, knowing that I'm trapped. Still haven't been transferred. They know I can't go to the store, can't report it on my phone, can't report it to the police. They know the shelter's bought off. The whole community's on lockdown. He's good. I'm just not. He probably has a church control, so he's arrogant. She won't transfer me. Fraud. I am paying a phone bill for services that I have not been able to get for over a decade. Enforced by the United States not to get felonies, knowing nobody would ever believe my story, and they have defrauded me out of funds. Those are federal charges. Ma'am, is my abuser telling you guys to do this? This is misconduct. Are you ignoring me now, ma'am?
No, ma'am, I'm here. I'm actually documenting here on my end as well, all of your issue. And right now, my supervisor is just wrapping up his phone call. He will be taking over this phone call, as well as giving you the result of the ticket. I rely also the ticket number here as well.
So 20 minutes. Let's dissect this. 20 minutes, in fact, years to get nowhere. Excuse after excuse, and no charges. Charges nowhere to be found. Okay, you're passing the call right now?
Using the My Metro app to manage your account, there's a lot you can do right from your mobile device.
She said my supervisor is
set up
available
autopay,
now.
check your data usage, and even make changes to your rate plan or features. If you don't already have the My Metro app on your device, just download it for free from Google Play or
She
the Apple.
transferred me back into the queue, it looks like. Hello? Yeah, this is, since I've been targeted, the customer service is really bizarre. Because I worked actually for Metro PCS, and it was required that you inform the supervisor of who was on the phone or you got rolled up. There were no blind transfers accepted, period. So by the time, because they already made for good customer service, you gave all your information, and it was a strict rule that you made sure when you talked to the supervisor that you gave all that customer's information so they didn't have to repeat themselves. They weren't playing games about that. I don't know why it changed since I've been targeted.
So on our end, ma'am, you still having problem with the service of the tablet, right? It's still not working?
I wanted to return the tablet, and I gave her a technical ticket, which she should have told you about, that I gave her. She had me wait 20 minutes and pretended like it was some kind of issue with her computer. But I've had representatives treat me like this years. I've made dozens of reports and never had technical support, has never called me ever, or the police, regarding my abuser hacking my devices.
So on our end, ma'am, when we created the ticket, it's for the service if your service is properly connected to the tower. But when it comes to hacking, we don't have direct access to that because that is private and secured. We cannot be able to check it.
No, you're mistaken. That's fraud. It's fraud. I'm not. No, you're not. You're mistaken. If I'm not getting my calls and I'm not on your network, you're defrauding me out of funds. I don't know why you guys would be dishonest about that.
Hacked or not. You have to do report that on the cybercrime department in the U.S. with don't have direct access to it. That's why no one is calling you back, because on our end we can just check the ticket for the service.
That's a blatant lie, ma'am. You're supposed to just change out the SIM card and do an investigation. That's a blatant lie, because if there's someone's hacking the network, it compromises other customers. I'm not quite certain on why so many parties would lie to me.
But like I said, on our end we don't have direct access to our customers' phone. Whoever
Well,
contacted
do
them,
do you have the
whoever you
ticket?
contact,
They're liars. Do you have the ticket number?
ticket number. Did they created it today?
So she didn't give you the ticket number that I gave her?
No, she just provided your name and phone number on here.
Okay, let me give you the ticket number and see what's going on with the ticket number. So,
88113129.
right.
When this ticket created, if I may ask,
Can you look and see what you see with the ticket?
we need the information of that date as well so I can be able to check it.
Hey, let me understand. Make sure I understand. So I gave you a ticket number, and you can't see anything regarding the ticket.
We also need the date, ma'am, so I can be able to check
They
it.
just like to run around.
Like the date, please, so
15th.
I can put it on here.
The 15th.
So as per checking here, see, I told you, ma'am, we don't have direct access for the hacking. You're just saying here that the service is properly connected to the tower. No report issue by this time. So all your services is properly connected to it. We don't
What's your
have
name?
way to
What's your
check
name?
if the
What's your
device
name,
is
ma'am?
hacked or not.
Ma'am, what's your name?
My name is Juby.
Do you have a employee ID?
My employee ID is 310756.
Okay, so you're saying I'll need you to send me an email to say and tell me that you're unwilling to make sure that I get my calls, or advocate for me, or walk me through on how I can get my calls. I need you to send me an email stating that you can't make ensure that I get my data, and then my sound isn't muffled, and crimes aren't being committed to where I work on YouTube, and it's causing issue with my channels. Well, with my channel, because I can't properly record my videos because it's being hacked on my new device. So I need an email stating that you are refusing to ensure that I get the calls. You're refusing to ensure that I'm staying on the network that I'm paying you for on Metro PCS's network. I need an email stating that you will not ensure that is not your policy for you to ensure that I get my calls and that I stay on the network that I'm paying you to be on.
On our end, ma'am, we cannot be able to send any email to our customer.
That's a blatant lie, ma'am. I work for
Even
Metro
you're
PCS
gonna
and
need
I
to
work
contact
for Southwestern Bell Wireless.
We don't have any option to check on that. What we can do, if you're having problem with the service, we troubleshoot the device when it comes to call, text, and internet. If you're having problem with that, I can
This
help
is
you
what they're doing to
do that
elderly people,
troubleshoot.
robbing them of funds. They make them go through a nightmare and then pretend like they're people that they're not. If people haven't cared about me, then we can't do that to not get charges. That are all kind of determinations you are hearing right now. They don't want me to have any evidence that I'm reporting these felonies that are racking up year after year. So they don't want to send me any paperwork. He conned and said that he couldn't send me the text message, that he was creating a ticket because he knew it was never going to happen. They have my phone on lockdown. But I said I was going to minimize the time. I just can't believe this. Is this channel real? How do you for the person I am, I just couldn't sit and condone and then can you imagine how it feels for these people not to say, no, they told me not to help you, knowing that your life is in jeopardy, and won't tell you that someone has told them to violate you and keep you in abuse. They just let you sit and marinate knowing that someone is controlling your experience. I guess he said snitches go in ditches, and I guess they believe it because family won't tell the truth. One family member told the truth, and she was put out of her own house and put in a nursing home. She said, yeah, we know him, and she was violated and mistreated and put in a nursing home, and they won't tell me anything about where she's at, and that's in East Texas. So I guess the rest of the family learned a lesson that they don't want to be like her, put out of their own place, and won't snitch. The police department don't snitch either, even when it's their job. Okay, ma'am, I don't know what to do because you're being dishonest and you guys are racking up felonies. If this is a lawsuit, if I could sue you, and fraud, this is criminal. If a customer is telling you that they're not getting your calls, you don't leave her in that and say that there's nothing that you can do. If I'm not using my data properly and new devices are being hacked to where I can't use them, that's misconduct and fraud. That makes you a conspirator to the hacking because you're not giving me the services that I'm paying for. That's a blatant lie, and these are charges. I don't know when someone is going to get them. I don't know anyone else, and I don't know how stupid. I'm upset. Let me take a breath. But if I'm telling you who else in this world, on this planet, in the United States rather, telling people their provider that they can't get their calls, and the provider says that there's nothing that we can do. If I'm not getting my calls, you refuse to help assist me in getting my calls.
Like what I said, ma'am, we troubleshoot the device when it comes to service. If you're having with problem